catch me if I fall.
Good evening and welcome to Europa League Live for the second legs of the round of 16 ties. We're at Anfield as Liverpool welcome Sparta Prague for the second leg after Liverpool's amazing display in the Czech Republic last Thursday evening, winning by 5-1. The second leg, well, I wouldn't say it's a dead rubber, but Jurgen Klopp certainly doesn't think so, as he's gone for a strong side. We will watch that game tonight alongside 3 other games from the round of 16 second legs. A lot more finely poised, some of these, including Atalanta against Sporting after a 1-1 draw in the first leg, so all to play for in Italy. Between Brighton and Roma, well, Roma had very command and lead 4-0 winners from the first leg against Brighton, but of course Villarreal came close to coming back from 4 down, so you never know in the second leg. Bayer Leverkusen, well, they avoided defeat that could have been against Karabakh last week to draw 2-2 for the first leg, and they're at home for the second leg. And of course Liverpool 5, Sparta Prague 1 on aggregate tonight. Already tonight we've seen 4 teams progress to the quarter-finals. Benfica beating Rangers by a goal to nil. Rafa Silva's goal enough to carry Benfica through 3-2 on aggregate. Slavia Prague were well beaten against AC Milan at home. 7-3 aggregate scoreline, 3-1 on the night. Villarreal were 4-0 down coming into the second leg tonight against Marseille, but they scored 3 straight goals to bring it very tight before Marseille scored in added time to confirm victory 5-3 on aggregate. And West Ham made it a comfortable night at the London Stadium after a 2-2 draw with Burnley at the weekend. They came into this one goal down on aggregate and made easy work of Freiburg on the night, winning by 5-0 West Ham. Right, so at Anfield tonight we'll keep you up to date with all 4 games from the Europa League, plus our focus game in the Europa Conference League as Aston Villa and Ajax meet at Villa Park. Jordan Henderson back on English soil, former Liverpool captain. He's playing against an English side in Aston Villa this time round after a goalless draw from the first leg. We'll keep an eye on that one for you. To tonight's teams at Anfield, and Liverpool start with Caoimhín Kelleher in goal, who got a call up to the Republic of Ireland team earlier this afternoon. Conor Bradley starts at right back. He continues in that right back role with Trent Alexander-Arnold injured. He's also been called up to the Northern Ireland squad. Joe Gomez also gets a call up to his national team in England. He's at centre back alongside Jarell Quansah, and Andrew Robertson, who is the captain of Scotland, is Liverpool's captain tonight. In midfield, Wataru Endo, Bobby Clark, who returns to the side, and Dominik Szoboszlai, who's only coming back from injury, but Jurgen Klopp wants him to have minutes tonight, as he said in his pre-match interview. A front 3 of Cody Gakpo, Mo Salah, who's back in the side from the starting point, and Darwin Nunez leads the line. 2 cracking goals against Sparta Prague last week. He'll want to add to that tonight. For Sparta Prague, who come to Anfield, they start with Peter Vindal in goal, a back 5 of Angelo Preciado, Martin Vitic, Jaroslav Zelenyi, and Ladislav Krejci, who's the captain, and Mitej Rins in defence. Can Kiranen and Marcus Solbakken in midfield, with an attacking 3 of Quasim Laci, Veko Bermancevic, and Jan Kuchta up front for Sparta Prague. Big benches as well. Some key players for Liverpool on the bench. Diaz, McAllister, Elliott, Van Dijk as well. And a few youngsters in Gordon, McConnell, Kumas, Dans, Musialowski as well on the bench tonight. A mix of experience and young talent. It's been Liverpool's formula all season. Will it be another winning formula tonight? Kickoff is next. Good evening and welcome to Europa League Live. Tonight, Liverpool and Sparta Prague. It's not the most competitive in terms of the scoreline, but it's sure to be an exciting game at Anfield tonight. We are underway at Anfield, and of course we'll keep up to date with the other games as well in the competition that are going on at the exact same time as us here at Anfield tonight, plus that game between Aston Villa and Ajax at Villa Park as well this evening. So do stay with us right the way through. We'll bring you up to date with everything as it happens on the night tonight, because there can be a lot of permutations and changes ahead of tomorrow's draw for the quarter-finals, semi-finals, and then designating for the final. Here's Kelleher. Goes long early on, trying to find Salah on the target. But Sparta get in the way of it. Liverpool pressing high initially there. Dominik Szoboszlai and Sparta Prague will get an early throw-in at the moment. So just to remind you, by the way, it is 5-1 to Liverpool on aggregate. So Sparta would need to score 4 goals without reply. That would bring it to extra time and penalties. They would need to score 5 without reply to win outright. Sparta get a free kick there. Cody Gakpo, who's been to the barbers and got a haircut. Got a sneak peek of it at the weekend. Liverpool against Manchester City here. What an absolute cracker that was. Absolute sensational game. The atmosphere at Anfield, electric. Even more electric than usual it was on Sunday. And some incredible performances as well from Liverpool on the night. Sparta have another throw-in. Taken in quickly by Lacci. And then Kuchta tries to work hard and does win the corner. That's good play from the visiting side early on here at Anfield, of course, tonight. And they're going to take this corner. Karanen. So Karanen to take the corner. 2 minutes gone at Anfield. 0-0. Corner taken short. All the way through, and Liverpool can push out and put the press on as Sparta go right back to their keeper, trying to beat the offside trap as the ball comes out to the left flank, but it will bounce out of play, and the offside flag was up in any case, so Liverpool will get the ball. So just to confirm for you then, the teams that are through already in the Europa League for the quarterfinals: Benfica, AC Milan, Marseille and West Ham United. So one team from Portugal, one team from Italy, one team from France and one team from England. So very well shared out so far this evening. Remember, still could get a German side in there in the mix as well, and could get a Czech Republican side, but that would be very unlikely. Who knows? Nevertheless, great for Czech Republic to get 2 teams into the round of 16, Slavia and Sparta Prague, which is great for Czech Republic. Liverpool on the press, and Vindal has to send it long. Nicely worked by Gomez, who feeds it to Endo, and a bit of a close battle, but Endo does well. Feeds it off to Robertson, goes for that long diagonal. Salah on the chase, and taking no risks there was the Sparta captain, Krejci, who puts it behind for a Liverpool corner. The threat of Mo Salah lurking would put any defender in a bit of nerves. And an early corner here for Liverpool on the right-hand side at the Anfield Road end. Dominik Szoboszlai over to take it. He's taking it short. Bradley, back to Szoboszlai. Gives it back to Joe Gomez, who's told to shoot by the crowd. He feeds it forward. Finds Jarell Quansah. Took a heavy touch. Endo finds Bradley. Salah coming back towards the Liverpool defence. Salah. And now goes back to Caoimhín Kelleher. Well, the thing for Liverpool tonight, a lot stronger than we initially thought. And I mean, maybe naive from us to consider that Liverpool really, they've had a couple of days rest after that very intense game against Manchester City. That was on Sunday. So a good few days rest, but they've got a huge game. A trip to Manchester United on Sunday in the FA Cup quarter-finals. Lovely football here. Gakpo, Salah to chip it. Bobby Clark made the run, but Vindal was quick to that, knew that the threat was coming and got the catch on the ball. Mo Salah kind of just had to dig that one out of the ground. Wasn't the most perfect of crosses, but he's Mo Salah. As Liverpool have it back again, and it's Conor Bradley who was in the midfield there, but he took a heavy touch and allowed Sparta to get it back to their keeper. Vindal goes long. Oh, nice work to beat the Liverpool press there. And Birmancevic finds Kuchta. Now to the left-hand side. Liverpool deep in their shape, ready to press intensely. And Gomez stepping out. It was a good idea. Birmancevic done really well, made the kind of run off the defence of Liverpool, and it left the space in behind. But here come Liverpool now. Gakpo breaking forward to the edge of the box, lays it off to Bobby Clark. Now Robertson chips it into the box. Szoboszlai looking to take a touch, but it escapes away from him as he presses high to win it back. Salah linking up with Szoboszlai. Now Bradley. Infield to Bobby Clark. Now out to the right flank. Szoboszlai again. Szoboszlai with a cut back. Nunez with a shot. Nunez with the goal. Darwin Nunez scored an absolute banger last week against Sparta Prague. And with a nice swipe of the right foot, he puts Liverpool ahead on the night and extends their aggregate lead to 6-1. Good. It's beautiful football. Really nice work from Liverpool. Not pressed, not pushed. Take their time. Patience is the watchword from Jurgen Klopp's team. And it's just really nice football. Conor Bradley plays it to Clark. Clark feeds it out to the right flank. Szoboszlai totally unmarked. Sees Darwin Nunez step off the defenders. Sitting around 13-14 yards out. Completely unmarked, Nunez. And he just takes it with his right foot and side foots it into the bottom right corner. Past Vindal to give Liverpool the early lead. Really good football. And a nice finish by Darwin Nunez to give Liverpool a lead on the night. Oh, a chance! And another goal! Where has this come from? In a matter of seconds, watching the replay, Liverpool double their lead. Where has that come from? Goodness me. And Bobby Clark, the finisher. Didn't see it in real time, have to see the replay. But my goodness me. Liverpool are working quickly tonight. And it's Bobby Clark with the seconds. What a moment for him. It's Sparta just playing it at the back. They get under pressure. Nunez and then Salah chips the ball away, and Bobby Clark the first to react. And it's a really nice finish, but it all comes from high pressing from Liverpool. Poor defending from Sparta Prague. And this could be a very long night for the visiting side. Liverpool 2, Sparta Prague 0 on the night. Liverpool leads 7-1 on aggregates. Goodness me. And Bobby Clark, of course, has been a mainstay in the Liverpool side. He's been come in and made some very good appearances recently as a youngster. He scores his first senior goal for Liverpool. I've seen a lot of that in the last few weeks. A lot of Liverpool youngsters scoring. Like Jadon Dange, Lewis Kumas, Bobby Clark. Now, of course, Conor Bradley, obviously, against Chelsea here. So a lot of youngsters proven to be real top quality players for Liverpool. And in a season so far, especially in the second half of the season, where we've seen Liverpool be dogged, to come down dogged with injuries in key areas, youngsters have stepped up and taken it on. As Clark, lovely pressing again. Salah has it on the edge. Salah! Easy as you like. 3 goals in 10 minutes. And Sparta Prague have crumbled at Anfield in a matter of moments. And this is wonderful. Could be a cricket score early in this game. It's Sparta again. Vindal at the back. Plays it out from the back. And Bobby Clark. Great pressing. Presses the man. Wins it off him. And then lays it off to Mo Salah. Salah does the rest. Takes it with his left. And finds the corner. And he's now scored in 7 successive seasons. Scored a certain amount of goals in 7 successive seasons. The first time in Liverpool's history that has happened. Fantastic. Absolutely unbelievable. And I don't think Jurgen Klopp could have asked for a better start to tonight's fixture and tonight's game than what he's seeing already at this moment in time. Mo Salah on the score sheet. Liverpool lead by 3 goals to 0. They're stealing the goals from every other game. All 3 other games, not on the way, or not really off the mark yet. All still goalless. Remember, 2 of those games, by the way, Atalanta Sporting and Leverkusen Karabag. The winner of the game tonight will be the winner of the tie because the scorelines were level after the first legs. Brighton need to overturn a 4-goal deficit if they want to come back in their fixture. That's a very long way away though. As Liverpool come forward and the spaces are everywhere. Salah, Gakpo, chips it across. Nunez just came for it too early. Nunez, miles of space in the box and the delivery. He just steps too far in front of it as the ball comes in. But it's Salah. Feeds it to Gakpo. Gakpo knows Nunez at the back post. He chips it across. And Nunez just can't get the header on it correctly. He heads it with the top of his head. Just backtracking as he tries to adjust. Unfortunate for Darwin Nunez there. A good start for Liverpool. Very good start. Understatement of the year. But this is... I think Liverpool, at this minute, we've seen how many chances against Manchester City at the weekend that they had and they couldn't finish. This is it. This is the unleashing. They're unleashing every single opportunity on Sparta Prague tonight. 3 shots, 3 on target, 3 goals. Wonderful. As clinical as you like. Robertson. And that ball down the line from Robertson is gone out of play. A moment of not great quality there from Liverpool, which is rare. In our Europa Conference League game tonight that we're watching at Villa Park between Aston Villa and Ajax, of course goalless from that first leg. Both had a player sent off in the first leg, Aston Villa and Ajax. As Liverpool come forward again, here's Gakpo! 4-0! Cody Gakpo! And 4 different scorers for Liverpool. This is as good as you can get. Goodness me. Liverpool unleashed their goal scoring prowess in Prague last week by scoring 5 goals in over 90 minutes. They've scored 4 inside 14 inside Anfield tonight. It's again just poor giving away from Sparta Prague. Salah works it well. Feeds it to Nunez. Nunez back to Salah. And Salah just squares it across the box. I mean, it's easy as you like. Squares it across the box. No one anticipating. And Cody Gakpo. It's training practice at the minute. Right-footed, side-footed. The defending from Sparta Prague has been dreadful so far. And they've had an intervention. Their captain has got them together and has given them an intervention while Liverpool were off celebrating for that 4th goal. Because this is ridiculous at this early stage. And I don't know how It doesn't matter how good you are, what stadium you're in, but 4 goals down inside 15 minutes is criminal. But that is what we like to see. High-class football, but terrible defending. What a ball from Nunez. Salah. Liverpool on fire at the minute. Salah goes again, deflected into the hands of Vindal. And just for a second there, you thought that could be 5. What a ball by Darwin Nunez. Sensational. And I think I wasn't going to mention it until if we had got to this point. But seeing we've got to this point so early, I looked up before the game about the biggest scoreline over 2 legs in Europa League history. The largest aggregate scoreline ever in Europa League is 10-1. Liverpool are 1 goal away from that, and we still have 74 minutes to go. Liverpool get 2 more goals. They have a Europa League record of the most goals in a 2-legged tie in Europa League history. Conor Bradley. Endo. I don't think Liverpool have scored 4 goals this early in a game ever. I remember they scored 3 against Spurs here in that 4-3 last season, but I don't know if that was within 15 minutes. It might have been. That's why it comes to my mind, because they scored so early, Liverpool. They had such a commanding lead in that one. That's one that comes to mind, but I don't think it's ever been 4 this early in a game. Gomez. Switch ball to Salah. That one's just slightly overhit by Joe Gomez. But he gets a thumbs up from the Egyptian king, and that one will bounce out for a Sparta Prague throw. An issue here, issue at Villa Park, by the way. It's Ollie Watkins, I think, who's down after a challenge with the Ajax keeper. He went in for the ball, he kind of caught the keeper, but he hurt himself. So Deant Ramaj was the keeper involved for Ajax, but Ollie Watkins is the man that's come out the worst of those 2, and he's down receiving treatment at the moment. So that's where we stand there at the moment. Still goalless at Villa Park, and we do have some ideas of possible players warming up for Aston Villa. At the moment, Moussa Diaby and Yuri Tielemans warming up there in that one. Right. Back here to Anfield, and Sparta, rare possession in Liverpool's final third. Can they get a goal back? Ball in. Bradley can't fully clear it. Still alive. Bradley on the block. Fantastic block, but still can't get the ball away from danger. As the ball comes in, Kwanzaa miskicks it, and Szoboszlai, he lets it away from him, and the shot is wayward. And Bradley does clear his lines by some distance now to ease the pressure. Goodness me. Many times this season we talked about games that have shocked us. Games that have so unpredictable. And moments that are so unpredictable this season in the league, in the Premier League. But in Europe, fabulous games as well. I mean, come the end of the season, this could be one of the best seasons of football ever, really, from what we're seeing around Europe. You know, what Bayer Leverkusen are doing in Germany, the Premier League title race, Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester City, all 3-horse race. I don't think it's ever happened in the Premier League, ever. A tight fight for promotion in the Championship in England as well. You know, a fantastic display of football this season from what we've seen. And it's not just like outcomes and results, it's moments in games, high scoring games, crazy results, crazy fixtures. You know, it's been sensational to watch this season. And I know we've still got another 2.5 months of the season to go. But my goodness, at this stage of a season, I've never felt this excited about a run-in. Here comes Salah. Salah again, trying to cut across, blocked off. Clark. Salah again. Forward, Bradley is trying to lurk there, and it will bundle out for a Liverpool corner. And the Sparta captain, Krejci, was the man to see it out for that Liverpool corner. Good pressure from Conor Bradley to end up getting that corner. Just update on the thing, what's happening at Villa Park. Ollie Watkins has received treatment. He's on the sidelines, so he's ready to come back on, so he should be okay, but he's ready to come back on there, Ollie Watkins. Corner for Liverpool. Robertson to take on the right-hand side. Left-footed delivery in. Up to win the header was Nunez. Couldn't fully get a proper one on it. Kwanzaa. Szoboszlai with the delivery, cleared away. But the bodies forward for Liverpool, they're not. They may be 4-0 up and 9-1 up on aggregate, but they are not giving up on scoring yet, Liverpool. We've only played 20 minutes, and they're wanting more and more. Bradley chipped over the top, tried to go for the cute one in behind, but just a slight bit too much from Conor Bradley there, and Vindal picks up for Sparta Prague. I have to say, it was much more even in Prague last week. Although Liverpool never were massively under threat of kind of not having the lead in this fixture, they've led the whole way through. But it was much more of a dogged task, although they were 3-0 up at half-time last week. But what I mean is, it was much more of a physical battle, much more of a tough task. And you would expect away from home, a tough stadium, you know, it wouldn't be easy for Liverpool, of course not. And tonight at Anfield, they're home. They know how to play football here. They love it here, obviously. And a side where they're in full confidence, they put out a strong team, and they believe in themselves. You know, it was always going to be an easier affair tonight. But you would be a fool to say that anyone believed that after 22 minutes we would be watching a game where Liverpool were 4-0 up. You would be a fool if you said that that was in your thinkings. I mean, maybe some people would have thought 4-0 final score, not 4-0 after 1/4 of the match. As Sparta go from distance, and the first save for Queevy and Kelleher really to make, but it's a simple grab. In the end, right, we have our first goal from our other games, and it's a game where another side is massively in control of the tie, and they have extended their massive control in the tie. I think they haven't, actually, so forget about that. There is no goal. There was a hint that we did have initial confirmation that Roma had scored against Brighton, but that has been disallowed, so no goal, so still goalless there. Just for a moment there I thought, we have a goal somewhere else. But not quite yet. So still goalless in that other game, still goalless in the other two games as well. And those other two games, Atalanta Sporting and Leverkusen Karabag, winner on the night wins the tie after the first legs both being level. So the winner on the night will be the overall winner. Brighton need to score 4 goals without response from Roma to bring it to extra time with penalties. And at the Amex, they need 5 to win without reply to go through outright. And Liverpool, I mean, they're comfortable, they're cruising. I mean, it would be the miracle of all miracles if Sparta even got themselves into the question on tonight's game, but the tie is a formality at the very most at this very early stage of this second leg tie. Bradley. Jarell Kwanzaa. Down the right hand side is Salah. Linking up with Nunez. Nunez tried to give it back to Salah. He does the second time of asking, and Liverpool press it well as Kwanzaa wins it. Finds Wataru Endo. Now Szoboszlai. Gomez. To Robertson. To Joe Gomez. Now Conor Bradley. To Mo Salah. Thread through for Bradley. Bradley at the byline. Look to cut out a cross. Blocked out that time as Salah will recover. And Salah will win Liverpool a throw-in on that right-hand side. Now, Robertson. Joe Gomez. Well, of course, Joe Gomez yet to score for Liverpool. Here comes Salah. He knows how to score in red colours. Finds it to Szoboszlai. Look for the cut across, and very close again. Gakpo was waiting in the middle, but Zeleny had got in the way of it and blocked it and put it up behind for the corner. Lovely ball from Gomez. Finds Salah on the right flank. Battling again is Mo Salah with Rhines, and then plays it through. Lovely ball. And then the ball across from Szoboszlai's blocked and put out for the corner, which Szoboszlai will take. Delivery in. Up for the header was Quansah, bouncing around, still alive, as Sparta clear their lines. We have a goal at Villa Park. Not in the Europa League, but in the Europa Conference League. Remember I said from the first leg it was goalless between Ajax and Aston Villa. It is goalless in the tie no more, as the home side, Aston Villa, have the lead. Aston Villa, through Ollie Watkins, have put themselves ahead on the night. Remember, even that tie is the same as our other two ones in the Europa League. Win on the night and you progress after that goalless draw in the first leg. From a corner, whipped in, and Watkins got up, met it, and found the top left corner with his head. Fired it across goal. No chance for the keeper. And a really good goal for Aston Villa. After their tough afternoon on Sunday afternoon against Spurs. 4-0 they were beaten at Villa Park by Tottenham. Well, tonight they have the early lead at Villa Park against former Liverpool captain and now Ajax captain Jordan Henderson's Ajax. 1-0 to Villa. As Liverpool come forward again, they're in that box again. Endo. Now Robertson. Nunez. Try to go through the lines. Bounces back to Szoboszlai. Quansah to Szoboszlai. 27 minutes gone at Anfield. Liverpool 4. Sparta Prague 0 on the night. Liverpool lead by 9-1 on aggregate over the two legs. That's a huge goal for Aston Villa. That'll be massive. Remember, all the draws for the quarterfinals of all of UEFA's competition, Champions League, Europa League and Europa Conference League, all tomorrow from 11 AM UK time, the Champions League quarterfinal draw, 12 PM midday UK time, the Europa League draw, and at 1 PM UK time, the Europa Conference League draw. And we will update you. Key fixtures from all of those. We'll give you the full draw from the Champions League and Europa League. And if Aston Villa go through, we will give you the confirmation of the draw from the Europa Conference League as well. Here's Wataru Endo. Conor Bradley. Szoboszlai on the right hand side. Finds Salah. Finds it back to Szoboszlai. Now back to Salah. Now back to Szoboszlai. Lovely one-touch football. Bradley. Salah. Tried to return it to Bradley. Gets another chance at it. Finds Nunez. Salah with a switch ball. What a ball to Gakpo. Can't control it first time. Does the second. Keeps it in play. Chested down by Robertson. And he keeps it in play. Although he didn't keep it in. Robertson thought he did, but the assistant referee didn't agree. And Sparta will have a throw-in on the right-hand side inside their own half. Look at that from Salah. The drag back and then the flick on through the legs of the Sparta defender. I mean, he just exudes class, does Mo Salah. He's absolutely sensational. Sparta come forward here. A rare foray forward is Bermancevic, sorry. He lost the ball. But Liverpool give it straight back. Gakpo dispossessed there. Sparta under pressure from Gakpo on the press. Has to go back to Zeleny in defence for Sparta. Finds Karadin. Taking his time. Trying to slow the game down. Can't blame Sparta. Well, after scoring 4 goals in 14 minutes, it's now been 14 minutes since Liverpool last scored in this game. So Sparta have found a way to stop them for the moment, anyway. And they're coming forward themselves. Is Kuchta. Battling with Robertson. Cuts it back for Preciado. With the cross. And Quansah with the clearance. Salah trying to spin his man. He did spin his man, but he couldn't get the second ball. Mo Salah loses the ball. It's Liverpool back doing the defending out of possession, but lovely step in from Bradley. First time ball on the run is Nunez, and he thinks and he knows the flag is going up, so he doesn't chase it with full vigour, and the flag does go up for offside against Darwin Nunez. He was offside 5 times in the game against Manchester City. Not that that's a kind of criticism of him. I mean, you want to be onside, obviously, but he very eager at times, Darwin Nunez, to get himself into those positions. He forgets sometimes about the offside rule, but he's absolute chaos. I mean, so much to say about Darwin Nunez. He is, as the Liverpool fans call him, Captain Chaos. That's what he is. He creates chaos. Liverpool give away a free kick here inside their own half. It will be Belmancevic to take. He's alongside Kairanen. So they're both over it inside the Liverpool half on the right hand side. Liverpool set up their line on the edge of their 18-yard box. Delivery from Kairanen, left footed, and good goalkeeping from Caoimhín Kelleher to clear it, and he goes for the long ball forward. Salah on the chase. Salah couldn't touch it first time, unlucky for Mo Salah, and the keeper Vindal does well, getting there quick to deny the Egyptian. Still no goals in our 3 other games in the Europa League, so very closely fought affairs in those ones at the moment, at the Amex, in Leverkusen and in Atalanta as well, where it is Atalanta 0, Sporting 0, but 1-1 on aggregates in that one, and Leverkusen 0, Karabag 0, 2-2 on aggregates. Brighton not as close. It's 0-0 in the night, but Roma lead by 4-0 on aggregate in that one. Disappointing news for Aston Villa fans, really. After Ollie Watkins has scored to put them ahead, he's had to leave the field of play after just 31 minutes. So he scored after 25 minutes and is now being taken off the pitch. So after 31 minutes, John Duran is on in his place for Aston Villa. So that's not good news for Villa fans, of course. But they will keep an eye on that game to see how that one goes. At the moment, it is still Aston Villa 1, Ajax 0 at Villa Park. As Sparta come forward, and Kuchta goes for the shots and hits it wide of the post. Good idea. I mean, it's the ball around again. Liverpool, Conor Bradley just trying to get in the way. He actually helps Kuchta into getting in behind the Liverpool defence and gets the control. Goes for the shot with his left, and he just curls it too much, Jan Kuchta, and it goes behind for a Liverpool goal kick. I have to say, although Liverpool have been dominant and absolutely well in control of this, Sparta have come back into it in the last few minutes. They have been more competitive and been more threatening. Don't take that out of context, by the way. I'm not saying they're being more threatening as if they're going to have a chance anymore, but what I'm saying is they've, compared to how it started, they're miles more threatening than what they initially were. We do have a goal from our other games tonight in the Europa League, and it is come in Italy. It could be a good night for Portuguese sides on the road, because Sporting have taken the lead at Atalanta. Pedro Gonçalves has given them the lead as Liverpool come forward again, and Nunez over the bar. Pedro Gonçalves has given Sporting a 1-goal lead. on the night. That means, of course, they lead by 2-1 on aggregate. Goodness me, how Liverpool didn't make it 5 there. Darwin Nunez, Salah with a cross at Nunez with his right foot. It just bounces up and it catches his toe rather than at the side of his boot, and it pings over the bar for a goal kick. Very close from Nunez there. Well, actually not very close, quite the opposite. He should have been very close, if not another goal, but nonetheless, it's not like Liverpool are in dire need of it at this moment in time. Darwin Nunez already proved he can score some cracking goals. He scored 2 last week. 2 very different goals as well. One from distance, absolute banger from distance, and then the second one is just pure quality and class and confidence, really. You know, you don't take that if you don't have confidence. Darwin Nunez's second goal from last week, straight on the volley. Just pure confidence exuding through the player. That's how you can tell with finishes like that from last week. But here they come again, Liverpool. Nunez in behind again. Salah was the feeder. Nunez beaten to it by the goalkeeper just slightly. Peter Vindal got in his way. But again, it's Mo Salah pulling the strings again. Sensational ball in behind. Spots the run of Nunez. And Nunez beaten to it by Vindal. He got the better of a goalkeeper at that end. At the weekend against Manchester City, did Darwin Nunez, winning a penalty actually out of Edison at the weekend, and Edison had to go off because of that after an injury to Edison. But the goalkeeper, Peter Vindal, has been doing his his pace work, and has knows that Darwin Nunez has the pace to fly at him, and he worked on it well and executed it well. Did Vindal. Here comes Clark. Salah. Mo Salah takes time on the ball, flicks it back for Bobby Clark, who runs in and unleashes a real shot, and Vindal has to save it. But a really good shot from Bobby Clark. But again, it's Mo Salah. Everywhere for Liverpool. Absolutely wonderful again. See it again, and Bobby Clark takes a touch past one player and strikes one with his right boot straight down the throat of Vindal, but he did make a good save to deny the youngsters. Already on the score sheet tonight, Bobby Clark. He could have had 2. We've had very different scores, but Sparta actually come up the other end and won a free kick. So they have a chance to deliver a ball in as the ball does come in. Gomez with the header. Not fully cleared away as Preciado takes the shot, but curled it away from goal, and that will be a goal kick. Of course, Preciado actually, he must have been full of confidence last week. He went for one from distance, just inside, over the halfway line. He tried to chip Caoimhín Kelleher in the Liverpool goal last week. Preciado, and almost did. Kelleher backtracking, tipped it over the bar just in time, but Preciado's shot there wasn't anywhere near like it was last week. Well wide. Goal at the Amex Stadium. Now, I'm not saying that Brighton have a chance, but what I'm saying is they have a chance. They lead by 1-0 on the night against Roma. Roma had actually thought they'd taken the lead in that one. Had a goal disallowed. And Danny Welbeck has given Brighton the lead on the night, but remember, Brighton need 4 goals without reply to bring it to extra time and penalties. Still a long way to go. As Liverpool come forward again, Gakpo battling Nunez to win it back. Nunez with overhead kick, but should have left that. Darwin Nunez as it dribbles wide for a goal kick. I mean, at 4-0 up, I mean, you're going to try things. He just lets the ball drop too long. He's just a bit late on the overhead kick. Should go earlier. Takes too long, and he doesn't catch it right. Actually hits his kind of the top end of his foot, and it bounces straight off the floor and behind for a goal kick. There we are. Liverpool starting to try things now. That's how you know they're comfortable in this game. More than comfortable. Here comes Preciado though for Sparta. Goes for the shot again, but This time it's... Excuse me. Excuse me. Awful shot, that. From Preciado. Lovely ball from Nunez, though, from Salah. Here comes Salah. Oh, tried to thread it for Szoboszlai, and pass comes off the Sparta defender and behind for a corner. But again, the clearance from Joe Gomez. What a ball over the top. And Nunez, first time, right across to Salah, who takes it down in the box, trying to thread it through for Szoboszlai, and the captain, Krejci, got in the way of it and stopped Mo Salah from trying to set up another goal, as Robertson takes the corner short. As the ball comes in from Robertson again, and Quansah. Just a bit too much there from Robertson on the cross, and Quansah couldn't head it back towards goal. Goal kick. 41 minutes gone. Liverpool 4, Sparta Prague 0 on the night. Liverpool lead by 9-1 on aggregate. I'm sure Jurgen Klopp on the sidelines. I mean, what does he say? What does he say to his team at half time? 9-1 up on aggregate, 4-0 up on the night. I mean, I know they scored within 14 minutes and haven't scored in the last half hour as they come forward and could concede here, Liverpool, and it's dribbled in. Just as I say, Liverpool have such a commanding lead, they concede. And Sparta have a goal at Anfield. What a moment for them. It will only be a consolation, but what a moment that will be for Sparta. Long ball from the goalkeeper. I need to really assess this one. Gomez wins the first header. Liverpool don't win the second ball. Preciado, first time ball in behind, catches Liverpool out. Really well played. And Endo on the chase. And Bermancevic just left-footed and catches Queefin Kelleher out. Really good. But again, Liverpool will be disappointed in themselves there. And they are actually checking. They were checking for something, but they've concluded that check. VAR, of course, they check every goal. But in the end, they didn't need to check that one because there was nothing wrong with it. 4-1. Wow. But and it really came from... I mean, Liverpool have... overly dominant in this first half. And sometimes when you are overly dominant, sometimes you can lose concentration. At times, and get too comfortable in a game. That could have been the issue there. Liverpool caught out pretty easily, really. But nonetheless, doubt it's going to affect them massively on the night, considering they do still have a 7-goal lead over the two legs. So Sparta would have to have the second half out of their lives if they're going to get anywhere near coming back into this at all. Here's Bobby Clark. Robertson. 2 minutes plus additional time to go at Anfield. Liverpool 4, Sparta Prague 1 in this first half. This won't be the end of the scoring, I'm sure of that. Already had 5 goals in this first half. Won't be the end of it, I'm certain. Here's Quansah. Szoboszlai chips it over the top, looking for Gakpo, just not directly towards the Dutchman, and it goes behind for a goal kick. Well, credit to the Sparta fans. They've got a hold of that ball and they're enjoying themselves in that away end. Any other side that would find themselves 4-0 down after 14 minutes, their fans wouldn't be particularly happy, especially English fans. But Sparta Prague, loving the night out, loving the trip to Anfield, whatever it means, but they're enjoying their side playing on this momentous pitch. A pitch that is in football folklore at this stage. Those Sparta players, despite losing by such a margin, they can all, after this game, say that they've played Liverpool. I mean, a lot of teams felt that this season with the Europa League. I mean, it brings to mind the Union Saint-Gilloise players when they learnt that they got Liverpool in the group earlier in this campaign. They were all cheering because of how excited they were to play at Anfield. A lovely ball by Endo. Here comes Salah. Tried to square it, Salah. Right across goal again. This time Sparta clear it once again. Not often you see that from Mo Salah, giving the ball away. And the referee hasn't even added any minutes on to the end of the first half. 45 minutes are up, and the first half has come to a close. A first half where 5 different players scored 5 different goals. Liverpool had a 4-goal lead inside 14 minutes. Nunez after 7, Clark after 8, Salah on 10, and Gakpo at 14. But Liverpool didn't have the final say in the first half. Sparta did. They had the 5th goal of the half, which gives them a consolation. Bernmancevic, who can now confirm and say he has scored at Anfield. Half time, it's Liverpool 4, Sparta Prague 1.
Catch me if I fall.
Welcome back to Europa League Live. Half-time at Anfield is Liverpool 4, Sparta Prague 1 on the night. Liverpool lead by 9 goals to 2 on aggregate. Right, they're all still going in the other 3 games in the Europa League. This evening, Atalanta trailing by a goal to 0 against Sporting in Atalanta, of course. Sporting have that goal from Pedro Gonçalves with that goal in the first half. That gives them the outright lead. In the tie, of course, they lead by 2 goals to 1 on aggregate, so a very fine margin, but the winner on the night in that game will be the winner of the tie. Brighton lead by a goal to 0 against Roma in their tie, but Roma still lead by 4 goals to 1 on aggregate, so a long way to go for Brighton, so they need a big second half to come. And Leverkusen, shockingly, not on the score sheet, goalless against Karabakh, who are defending resolutely indeed in Germany. Karabakh this evening, who are trying to cause an upset. And they, of course, need to score tonight if they want to cause an upset. The winner of tonight's game in that one will be the winner of the tie after a 2-2 draw in the first leg. Right, those games have just come to an end of the first half. Brighton and Roma still underway at the moment. 5 minutes added on to that first half. But the other 2 games, the closer ones, are at half time. We had 4 games earlier this evening in the Europa League. Benfica overcame Rangers, a 2-2 draw from the first leg, and they beat them Rangers at Ibrox by 1 goal to 0 in the end. Rafa Silva's goal in the 66th minute gave Benfica the lead and gave them a ticket to the quarter-finals, to the last 8 in the Europa League. AC Milan joined them, but they were a lot more comfortable in their tie. They were actually 3-0 up at half-time against Slavia Prague, after Slavia went down to 10 men in their game. Christian Pulisic, Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Rafael Leao giving them a 3-goal lead before half-time, before a late consolation from Matej Jurasek gave Slavia something to talk about in the end. But they were quite duly beaten in that one by 7 goals to 3 on aggregate. Quite convincing for AC Milan in the end. Now, you see there Villarreal won by 3 goals to 1 tonight. That will be very deceiving, considering the fact that Villarreal are out of the competition. Villarreal actually were 4-0 down from the first legs. They needed to score 4 and not have a reply from Marseille. They couldn't do that on the night, but they were very, very close at one point. Etienne Capoue, what a name, I haven't heard that name in a while. Alexander Sorloth and Yersin Mosquera gave Villarreal a 3-0 lead in the game with 5 minutes to go. That meant that they needed 1 goal to take it to extra time and penalties, but the goal did come, but it didn't come their way. It actually went against them, and Jonathan Klaus for Marseille confirmed victory for the French side. In Villarreal, they won by 5-3 in the end on aggregates. Villarreal, and a fairly comfortable night for West Ham in the at the London Stadium tonight. In their tie, they were 1-0 down coming into the tie, and David Moyes said in his pre-match interview how he didn't feel that they should have lost that first leg, and it was disappointing that they didn't perform to their best to try and get a result against Freiburg in the first leg, but they certainly gave a performance to remember on the night tonight to come back in that one by winning by 5-0. Goals from Lucas Paquetá, Jared Bowen, Aaron Cresswell, and 2 Mohamed Kudus goals gave West Ham a fairly comfortable lead, a very comfortable lead, to carry a 5-1 aggregate score to progress to the quarter-finals and to knock out the German side. So, Benfica, AC Milan, Marseille and West Ham United are the 4 confirmed quarter-finalists. As it stands, Sporting, Roma, Liverpool will join them as it stands, remember, and Leverkusen Karabakh still to be decided. Half-time in the Europa Conference League as well. It's just gone half-time at Villa Park. Villa leading by 1-0 against Ajax. They continue in that scoreline. The winner of that game tonight will be the winner of the tie, of course. Overall. Right. There we are. That's where we stand at half-time. We have about 8 minutes to go until we get back away at Anfield for the second half. And a pretty comfortable lead for Liverpool. But let's just not dwell on it. Let's continue with our stats. Don't forget, tomorrow, the quarter... There we go. I'll fix that music because that was far too loud. But quarter-final draw tomorrow at lunchtime, midday. Tomorrow in the UK. Of course, if you're in Europe, European time, it is 1 p.m. European time. But 12 noon UK time, the quarter-final draw of the Europa League. We will have all the details of the last 8, who will play who in the quarter-finals right afterwards. And don't forget, the quarter-finals you can watch live here on LFS from the 11th of April. It's Thursday the 11th of April, and the second leg's on the 18th of April. In those ones, of course, and what exciting set ties we could have for the Europa League quarter-finals, of course. And we will find out tomorrow which is which, of course. Right. Okay. So, there we are. Promos done. Stats done for half-time. Actually, let's just run you through the stats from the Liverpool-Sparta game. At half-time, it is Liverpool 4, Sparta 1. The stats are as follows. Liverpool have had 72% possession, Sparta 28% possession, so Liverpool dominating in that front. 11 shots for Liverpool, 7 on target. Sparta have had 6 shots, 2 on target. Liverpool have 4 corners, Sparta just the 1. Liverpool have had 6 big chances in that first half, and 3 of those missed. So if they'd taken all of their big chances, Liverpool, they would be 7-1 up at half-time. That's how good they were in that first half. They had 412 passes to Sparta's 155. That's 90% pass and accuracy from Liverpool, 73% from Sparta. The kind of gulf in quality at the moment is very evident. The XG, 2.55 from Liverpool, Sparta's 0.31. Right. Okay, I did have something to talk about before we go to the second half, and that is the one and only time that these two have met at Anfield before tonight's fixture. A much tighter affair in that time round. It was back in February 2011. Bring you back there. Kenny Dalglish was the Liverpool manager. 2010-11 season. Was bringing them to the end of the season. That was the season that Roy Hodgson got the sack, was left. Liverpool were in a difficult position, and they had a 0-0 draw from the first leg against Sparta in the round of 32 in the Europa League. 0-0 draw from the first leg. And an 86th minute winner from Dirk Kuyt got Liverpool through on the night. 1-0 on the night, 1-0 on aggregate. A much tighter affair. The Liverpool team, by the way, let's run you through this. Pepe Reina in goal. Then Kelly, Kyriakos, Agger and Wilson in defence. Poulsen, Leva and Mireles in midfield. Dirk Kuyt, Joe Cole and Ngog up front for Liverpool. Dirk Kuyt, of course, scoring the winning goal. On the bench for Liverpool that night, Peter Gulakci, Pacheco, Jovanovic, Maxi Rodriguez, Jamie Carragher, Jay Spearing and Martin Skrtel for Liverpool on that night. Incredible. Wow. Does bring you back. So that was 13 years ago, was their one and only previous meeting at Anfield. And Liverpool won on that night. They're winning much more convincingly tonight by 4-1 on the night. Much more comfortable for Liverpool tonight. Chef Roberto Trevino, lovely name, says YNWA in the chat. Of course, you never walk alone. Of course. Thank you very much indeed for joining, getting involved. Thanks everybody for joining us this evening. Still another half of football to go, and we'll run you through all the final scores, all the teams set up for the quarter-final draw tomorrow before we leave you tonight. So do not worry, we will carry you through tonight here on LFS. So do stay with us for that. Of course. Right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to run some ads, and we will be back for the second half of Liverpool against Sparta Prague at Anfield in a couple of minutes. Do stay with us.
Catch me if I fall.
Welcome back to Europa League Live, the second half from Anfield on the way in just a moment. Just to remind you of what's to come tonight, or sorry, not tonight, at the weekend. I was distracted there watching the Villa's, the highlights from the first half at Aston Villa. Coming this weekend, on St Patrick's Day for you, a double header of FA Cup quarter-final action as Chelsea of the Premier League welcome league leaders in the Championship, Leicester City, to Stamford Bridge. That's at 12:45 on Sunday, and then followed by a cracker at Old Trafford. 3:30 on Sunday, St Patrick's Day. Liverpool head to Manchester United at Old Trafford for the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. So join us for both of those this Sunday. 12:45 and 3:30 for those two games. And that will carry us through to the international break. And with Liverpool leading by 4-1 and 9-2 on aggregate, it looks like Liverpool are going to make a couple of changes as well at half-time. We'll confirm all of those for you in just a second, because we are almost ready to get back underway at Anfield. Don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on post notifications if you haven't done so already. It would be greatly appreciated. We thank everybody for joining us tonight. We're enjoying watching the game and chatting with you. So do get involved in the chat. Do keep yourself entertained. Get involved. We'll have a conversation. We'll talk about the game, because at times it can be a bit of a lull at times, but that's fun. And we'll talk all the way through. So do get involved. It'd be great to have you with us. Just mentioning those changes. Also, Sparta are making a change or two as well at half time, so I'll confirm all of those changes for you in a second as we're ready to get underway for the second half. Liverpool attacking the Kop end in the second half, as they like to do traditionally. The Anfield team, as we're underway for the second 45. And Liverpool got off to an incredible start to the first half. Scored all of their goals inside 14 minutes of the first half. They want to add to that in the second half. Here's Szoboszlai. Early, quickly for Liverpool. Salah through the lines. Clark. Back to Salah. Threads it through. Gakpo getting physical in the box. Looking to cut it across. Blocked off and went out of play for a goal kick, according to the officials. So that'll be a goal kick to Sparta Prague. Confirmation of all of those changes for you. Triple substitution from Liverpool at half time. Joe Gomez, Wataru Endo and Darwin Nunez all coming off, all replaced by Kostas Tsimikas, James McConnell and Harvey Elliott all coming on. And just the one change for Sparta Prague at half time. Filip Panak has come on for Matej Rines at half time. So just the one substitution for Sparta, and Liverpool making a triple substitution. Crucially, Mo Salah remains on the pitch. And Mo Salah, who has a goal and 2 assists so far at this minute in time. He is pulling the strings. He's incredible. Lovely ball out to Elliott, linking up with Gakpo. McConnell. Now to the left-hand side to Tsimikas. To Clark. Infield to Gakpo. McConnell. Back to Robertson. Which is interesting, by the way. Joe Gomez playing as a centre-back tonight. Looks like Robertson's just going to drop in at centre-back. And Kostas Tsimikas will take up left-back role. That is the case. Robertson and Quansah at centre-back. There. Szoboszlai. Quansah. Robertson. Cross to Tsimikas. Back to Robertson. Taking their time, Liverpool. Passing it around. Getting used to a few changes and giving their new involvements a few touches on the ball just before they surely kick into full gear once again. But as I mentioned about that largest ever Europa League aggregate win in history, 10-1. I checked it before the game. Only once or twice ever has it got to double figures. But here comes Szoboszlai. The deflection takes it in. Dominik Szoboszlai. And within 3 minutes of the second half getting underway, Liverpool find another goal. And they make it 10-2 on aggregate. 5-1 in both games now. Wonderful from Liverpool. I don't think I've ever seen a game in recent history that's got to 10 on aggregate. Dominik Szoboszlai, slice of luck for him, but it'll not matter. Krejci, the captain of Sparta, doesn't engage with Szoboszlai, lets him roam into the box, takes a strike with his right, and takes a wicked deflection off the Sparta captain. Takes it past his keeper. Might be harsh to give an own goal there, but because I think it was on target from Szoboszlai, but nonetheless, it adds to Liverpool's tally. 5-1 on the night, 10-2 on aggregates. And they're ready for more, Liverpool, it seems, although the referee has given Sparta a free kick, which I'm not too sure what that's about, but nonetheless, Here they come. Sparta. Early cross comes in, and this shot is behind for a goal kick. Wasn't really a shot, really. It was just a first touch that ballooned behind for a goal kick. Certainly stealing all the goals tonight, this game. Just as I say that, we do have another goal in our other games, and this time it's in Italy again. Atalanta Sporting. I said the winner of tonight's match on the night would be the winner of the tie after it being level in the first leg. Well, it's deja vu because it's level again, and they're going to make this a tight game in any which way. Atalanta have levelled within a minute of coming back out in the second half, and one name that a few English football fans will remember, Ademola Lookman, used to play, of course, for Fulham, the Nigerian international, and also Leicester City. He was on loan at Leicester, of course, but joined Atalanta in August 2022 for £7.7 million. 7.7 million euros, sorry. And he has got the leveller. So Atalanta 1, Sporting 1. So it's 2-2 an aggregate. So level in that one. Still level between Leverkusen and Karabag. That second half's just got underway. And it's still half time. Brighton 1, Roma 0, 4-1 to Roma on aggregates. As Liverpool come forward again. Pressure on Krejci. But he does get it away. And follow up by the substitute there, Panak. And Robertson gets it back to his keeper, Quiveen Killer. Tsimikas. Here's Harvey Elliott. Across to Jarell Quansah. Now to Bradley, sorry. Very similar haircuts. Gakpo. Salah. Back to Cody Gakpo. Linking up nicely with Bobby Clark. It's Liverpool passing it around again. Szoboszlai going on a mazy run. Bradley might have got a flick on that one, and Salah was on the chase, but cleared away by Panak. Liverpool come again. Bradley. Quansah. I have to say, Liverpool in front of goal. Since the turn of the year at 2024, they have been wonderful in front of goal, Liverpool. I mean, we look at their games since the start of the calendar year, 2021 or 2024, the 1st of January 24. On New Year's Day, they scored by 4-2 here against Newcastle and put an XG ranking to break records of 7.11. They were unbelievable that night. They then scored 2 against Arsenal, 2 against Fulham in the Cup, then 4 against Bournemouth. Drew 1-1 with Fulham in the Cup but went through to the final. 5 against Norwich, 4 against Chelsea. They were beaten by Arsenal. Then scored 3 against Burnley, 4 against Brentford, 4 against Luton. Scored in the last minute against Chelsea in the Cup final. 3 against Southampton. 3 youngsters, by the way. Sorry, 3 goals from youngsters. 2 from Jadon Dans and 1 from Lewis Kumas. 1 against Forest in the last minute, 5 against Sparta last week, and then they scored against City in the 1-1 draw here at the weekend. And now 5 again tonight. Which is really, really good. And they've got a run-in to come. Remember, they have a big break now after the FA Cup quarter-final with Manchester United. They, of course, got the international break. And then they play on Easter Sunday here against Brighton. And then they've got a Premier League run, and then that could be quarterfinals of this competition in April as well as possible semi-finals, in the FA Cup. As here come Liverpool again. Elliott. Shot takes a deflection. Behind for another corner. Elliott saw his name in lights there. Shot. And a take a deflection off the knee of one of the Sparta players. Goes behind for a corner. Remember, the next goal would be a Europa League record. There's never been one team that scored 11 goals in one tie of a knockout stage in Europa League history. Tsimikas to take the corner. Whipped in. Away by the keeper. Bounces out. Bradley. Elliott! Deflection! Goal! Harvey Elliott gets his goal after he thought he got it the first time. Went for a corner, but this one, as good as you like with his left boot. It's 6 on the night. 11-2 on aggregate. What is this? Wow. Absolutely wow. That's all you can say. Swing in from the corner from Simicast, away by the keeper, Vindal. Bounces out to Bradley, who just rolls it forward for his teammate. And Bradley, oh, and it took a flick on. I knew it took a deflection. I think this might go down as a Gakpo goal. It will. I don't think Harvey Elliott will be credited with this, because Gakpo got the flick on. I think Elliott's shot was going wide, and I think Gakpo will get the credit of this. I will give it to him for the moment, but we will see what the official confirmation from UEFA is. But I think a sneaky suspicion that might be Cody Gakpo's second goal of the night. 6-1. Wow. And we still have another 35 minutes to go. Well, Liverpool have scored 12 in a European game before. In one game, that was. Crazy. Back in the 1970s, a long time ago, over 40 odd years ago now. Well, if they get another, they will score 12 over 2 legs, of course. 5 in the first. 6 at the moment in the second. The Liverpool fans singing another chorus of Allez, Allez, Allez. Happy as you like, I'm sure, inside Anfield tonight. Joyous occasion. Watching their team light up that Anfield pitch, as many have in the past. They lit it up at the weekend. Just couldn't find that winner against Manchester City. But tonight, they've been no shortage of finding the back of the net. Certainly not been struggling on that front tonight. There's a free kick there. Preciado, the man committing the foul on Bobby Clark, who himself is on the score sheet, been on the score sheet tonight. Got Liverpool's second of the night, the one that we missed in real time, because we're still talking about Liverpool's first goal from Darwin Nunez that we're on a replay, and when we come back, the ball was already in the net. Crazy that. And Sparta are going to make, I think, another double change. So Kutschta is coming on, or sorry, coming off. Harleslin is coming on. That's their second substitution. And Saulek is coming on and replacing Lacci. So a double substitution there for Sparta Prague. So Sadalek coming on for Lacci, and Kutschta replaced by Harleslin. .32 minutes to go. Liverpool again looking electric once more. Simicast breaking down the left and cut out there by Vitek for a throw in, which Elliott gets back to Andy Robertson. And Szoboszlai now. Well, if there's any way to gain confidence before a huge quarter-final in the FA Cup, this is one way to do it. And we will see what way this will boost the Liverpool players ahead of their huge game against Manchester United at the weekend. You know, they have to visit Old Trafford twice before the end of the season, of course. Quarter-final in the FA Cup and a Premier League game still to come next month for Liverpool. Trip to Old Trafford again. Simicast in midfield now. Harvey Elliott. Cross to Quansah. It's Liverpool passing it around. Once again, Quansah. Elliott over the top. Salah had made the run, so did Gakpo. The second ball. McConnell tried to latch onto it. Bradley brings it down. Elliott now. Across to Bobby Clark. And Elliott's going back to Andy Robertson. Misplaced it slightly, but Robertson will still recover. Just inside his own half. With around 30 minutes to go. Kandeke, thank you very much indeed. Says great commentary. Thank you very much indeed for getting involved and for the support. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. Robertson. Back to Kelleher. To Quansah. With 30 minutes to go, and I've just heard, I don't know whether to believe this or not, I need to see the pictures, but Virgil van Dijk might be coming on. I mean, fascinating. There we go, Liverpool over the top again. Szoboszlai made the run, but Wijndal was there quick to deny him. And yeah, Virgil van Dijk is getting ready on the sidelines. Whoever said Jurgen Klopp was predictable? Goodness me. Virgil van Dijk. There you are. There we go. Interesting indeed. It was good fighting by Costa Simicast there. Worked well. Did give away a corner though. We have a huge goal in Germany. In Leverkusen. This is something we didn't expect coming into the evening. A Leverkusen side, 36 games unbeaten in all competitions. Karabakh came close to ending that last week. They could have a chance again this week because they have taken the lead in Germany. Bayer Leverkusen 0, Karabakh 1. Abdallah Zubir could be a hero for Karabakh. The Azerbaijani side in Germany had it all to do, and with 30 minutes to go, they have a lead to hold on to against Bayer Leverkusen. Now, let's not get too excited because they were 2-0 up in the first leg, and Leverkusen came back. They could come back again, but let's just give them props for at least getting this far. 1-0 to Karabakh in that one. And a complete turning of the tables in Italy as well. Goals coming in now from around the grounds as Atalanta go 2-1 up. They get a second goal on the night, and it's Gianluca Scamacca with the goal. The man who joined West Ham in July of 2022, joined Atalanta this previous summer from West Ham, has given Atalanta the lead. Both assists from Alexei Miranchuk for Atalanta, who lead by 2-1 against Sporting on the night, 3-2 on aggregate, and in that Leverkusen game as well, 1-0 to Karabakh on the night, 3-2 to Karabakh on aggregate. It is still Brighton 1, Roma 0 on the night, Roma 4-1 ahead on aggregate, and Liverpool 6, Sparta Prague 1 on the night, 11-2 to Liverpool on aggregate. Salah battling with Krejci, who clears it long, but Robertson gets his header all wrong, but luckily he recovers in time and wins all ball, Andy Robertson. And that was crucial because he was last man there, and if he'd misplaced that or mistimed that tackle, he could have saw red, but he timed it perfectly, the Liverpool captain on the night. And he gets his song sung around Anfield in celebration and in praise of that challenge. Robertson. Elliott. Cross to Connor Bradley, who wins a free kick. Took it quickly, but far too quickly. And Quansah with two very good challenges. But the referee disagreed with the second one because he felt it was a bit much. And he's given the free kick against Jarell Quansah, who gets a yellow card. Artur Diaz is the referee this evening. I think that was harsh. And Jurgen Klopp is now going to join his player in the book because the referee is over having a chat with the Liverpool manager. So Jarell Quansah in the book. And that will be Jarell Quansah's last action as well, by the way. Because I said that Virgil van Dijk was coming on. He was getting ready. He's now coming on. And ahead, coming on for Jarell Quansah. And just confirmation that Jurgen Klopp also got a yellow card for his protests there. So, the Liverpool club captain, Virgil van Dijk, on the coming on. The youngster Jarell Quansah, who's been really good at centre-back this season. A massive revelation for Liverpool. And gets a hug from his manager, Jurgen Klopp. And a high five from all the coaching staff and players on the bench. Very good performance from Jarell tonight. Let's be honest, hasn't had much to do, but anything he did have to do, he did it with the utmost of excellence. Sparta are going to make a change. And their goal scorer of the night, Bramancevic, is coming off. And Tuki is coming on in his place. So, 24 minutes to go. Liverpool 6, Sparta Prague 1. Liverpool 11 to an aggregate. It's comfortable as can be. I'll keep an eye on all the other games as well for you, because we have another goal. And it's not from the Europa League, it's from Villa Park. And it's 2-0 to Aston Villa. What a moment. Leon Bailey with his seconds. And it gives a bit of daylight for Villa in the second leg. They lead by 2-0 on the night. That's 2-0 on aggregate. Jordan Henderson, the Ajax captain, is raging at his players. But with 30 minutes to go at Villa Park, it is Aston Villa 2, Ajax 0. Villa lead by 2-0 on aggregate as well. Wonderful from Aston Villa. Great to see. And they look to be, barring any late drama, a bit better, in a more comfortable position in wanting to go through to the quarterfinals of the Europa Conference League. More news to tell you about from Germany, by the way. It's not a goal, but it could be more crucial and could be more difficult for Karabakh. Now, they would have been coming under a lot of pressure, having gone 1-0 up against Leverkusen. Well, they will feel it even more now because they have one less player to defend. They have been sent down. They've had a player sent off for a last-man foul. Elvin Kafaquiliev. Sorry, I've absolutely butchered that name. But a red card for Karabakh sees them down to 10 at the Bay Arena, which means Leverkusen have the man advantage, but they do have a goal deficit to overturn if they want to progress to the quarter-finals. So we'll keep an eye on that one as well. And it's still Atalanta 2, Sporting 1. So as it stands, our quarter-finalists. Hold on a second. Here's Gakpo over the bar. He's on a hat-trick, remember, Cody Gakpo, of course. That 6th goal for Liverpool was accredited to Cody Gakpo. My goodness, that wasn't a great one from Cody Gakpo there. But you want to have a take the match ball with him. You need to score another goal. As I was saying, so as it stands, our quarter-finalists are as follows. Benfica, AC Milan, Marseille, West Ham United, Atalanta, Roma, Qarabağ and Liverpool. That's as it stands, of course. Long way to go. Not in reference to this game. 2 of our other games we're watching tonight, a long way to go. And you never know with Brighton. They get a second, anything can happen in Europe. Anything can happen. Never rule anyone out, but very slim chance indeed, at the very best of hopefuls there. I'm trying to process this because we have another goal in Germany. Now, Qarabağ took the lead. Pressure coming from Bayer Leverkusen. Red card, last man challenge, down to 10 Qarabağ. You would think there would only be one way the next goal will be coming. Not really, because it's gone to Qarabağ. Leverkusen 0, Qarabağ 2. Juninho Vieira has doubled Qarabağ's lead on the night, which means as it stands on aggregate, Qarabağ lead by 4 goals to 2. Remember, Leverkusen need to win on the night to progress. They need 3 goals in around 22 minutes, Leverkusen. If won, they're going to remain unbeaten this season, and 2, have a chance at progressing to the quarter-finals of the Europa League. A long way to go with Qarabağ down to 10, but they do have a 2-goal advantage. Speaking of 2-goal advantages, Aston Villa lead by 2 goals to 0 against Ajax, and Ajax have a bit of an injury problem, but Villa have a bit longer to go in their game. They have about 27 minutes to go plus additional time, so a bit longer than the rest of the European games tonight. And of course, once this game comes to a close, we'll round out the final fixtures, the final games for you, unless any of them go to extra time and penalties, of course. We will round out the 90 minutes of all of our games tonight for you from the Europa League and the one game in the Europa Conference League, and confirm as we can the quarter-finalists from all of those games. 72 minutes gone at Anfield. Liverpool 6, Sparta Prague 1. 11-2 to Liverpool on aggregate, and I think Sparta have a player down, so they're going to make a change. They're going to allow that player to receive treatment. But in the meantime, it looks like Liverpool are going to make a change, and it's been a season of debutants for Liverpool. Bobby Clark, Jayden Danns, Lewis Kumas, Connor Bradley. They might have another one to add to their very long list of kind of youth graduates, Liverpool, in a moment, because I've just got a spotting of who's coming on in a moment, I think. As Jurgen Klopp has a chat with Bobby Clark on the sidelines, the Sparta player just receiving treatment, so we do have a stoppage in play here at the moment. Just seeing a replay of Bobby Clark's goal to give Liverpool a 2-goal lead earlier in the game. So, just as I was mentioning, that break and play, we're back underway as well again. But Liverpool have made a change, and that has been Bobby Clark has come off, so the man who scored at Liverpool's second goal tonight, and he has been replaced by another Liverpool debutant, number 92, Mateusz Musialowski. Mateusz Musialowski for Liverpool. Number 92. That shows you. The higher the squad number, more often than not, the younger the player. and number 92 is on for Liverpool. That's all their changes, and Sparta have made another change as well. In the meantime, they've just made that change, and I'll confirm that to you in a second. So, right, so 6-1 to Liverpool, fairly comfortable, indeed. And we have a bit more information because we have a couple of updates to tell you about. We have a goal in Germany, no shock where it's come. It's Jeremy Frimpong has got Leverkusen back in the tie. 2-1 at Karabag it remains, but of course Leverkusen still need to win the game on the night to progress without the need of extra time and penalties. If it's level after 90 minutes, extra time and penalties will be required. Of course, that game is still 2-1. In the Europa Conference League at Villa Park, Aston Villa 2, Ajax 0, but it's got even worse for Ajax because they have also had a man sent off. A second yellow card for Sivert Mansverk. So that's both legs that Ajax have been down to 10. They weren't punished in the first leg. Villa actually joined them on 10 players last week. But Villa have a 2-goal lead and an extra man advantage to carry through for the final 20 minutes or so at Villa Park. Which they should be okay with, but still, who knows? And still everywhere else is all the same. Here's Dominik Szoboszlai for Liverpool. Bradley to Andy Robertson. That has to be a new centre-back partnership without doubt. Robertson and Van Dijk at centre-back. And never did I think they would see Andy Robertson playing centre-back, but there we are. Stranger things have happened. Here's Virgil van Dijk. Szoboszlai to Bradley, back to Van Dijk. Liverpool just managing this game out now. Bradley, Szoboszlai. A reminder of the stats in this game: 77% possession for Liverpool, 17 shots, 9 on target, 3.45 xG. Sparta Prague, 23% possession, 8 shots, 2 on target, 0.38 xG. And just a reminder, the last 50 minutes into this game, don't forget we have FA Cup action at the weekend. Liverpool come forward again. Elliot Gakpo, good save by Vindal there to deny Gakpo his hat-trick. It was Gakpo, passed it back to Elliot. Elliot knew Gakpo continued his run and threaded it through nicely, and Gakpo tried to find the bottom corner, but good save by Vindal to deny him and deny Liverpool a 7th on the night. Yeah, it was nice 1-2 football between Elliot and Gakpo. Gakpo just couldn't steer it home. Denied by the goalkeeper. Still probably get 1 or 2 more chances before the end of this game. This is Liverpool's 11 to finish the game. And Mo Salah, who is getting at the moment a 9.9 rating out of 10. A goal and 3 assists tonight from Mo Salah. Wow. Absolutely wow. Let's not forget, Salah was only back in training, I think was it Friday? Thursday or Friday of last week. He wasn't available for the reverse fixture in for the first leg. He then came on in the first leg. He then came on against Manchester City at the weekend and is now making his first start since injury this evening. Still getting to match sharpness and fitness, and at the moment he is playing 79 minutes. Looks like, or will be, the full 90, and he's putting in an incredible performance. Wonderful from Mo Salah. Immortal player. He has immortalised himself without doubt at Liverpool. Van Dijk, ball over the top. Looking for the run of Elliott. Elliott got the touch, but couldn't control it. And the ball went out for a throw-in to Sparta. But in right towards their own corner flag. And their captain, Krejci, will take it. Flicked on as Sparta try and get forward, but Virgil van Dijk there to intercept. And I finds Robertson to Szoboszlai. In field, Musialowski battling, but Szoboszlai wins it back. Down the right-hand side is Bradley. Now to Gakpo. On the right flank to Salah now. James McConnell. Back to Robertson. Taking their time. 10 minutes to go in the game, plus additional time. Doubt there'll be any additional time at all, really. The referee didn't put on any added minutes in the first half. Unlikely to do it in the second half, but you never know. But we do have at least 10 minutes of this game still to go. And a bit to go in the other games in the Europa League at the moment, which we'll keep a very close eye on, because you never know what can happen later on in those games. And with the way aggregate scorelines are going, we will keep you very much up to date with anything that changes in those games as we come to a close. And Aston Villa closing in, 2-goal lead against 10-man Ajax at the moment, with about 17 minutes to go in that one at Villa Park. They've just made a change. Diego Carlos coming off, replaced by Clement Longley for Villa. But they lead by 2-0 on the night, and of course on aggregate after a goalless draw in the first leg. Fairly easy, that one. The easiest of all of the games, because you're just counting up one game's scoreline after a goalless first leg, obviously. Van Dijk up for the header from the long clearance. Simicast tried to play it on to McConnell, who couldn't control it, lost his balance, and Sparta on the counter. Across two over hit, that one from the right hand side, and will bounce out for a Liverpool throw on the right hand side. Comes to nothing there for Sparta. And Sparta, who have a bit of work to do, because they've conceded 5 goals against Liverpool last week, 4 goals in the league at the weekend, and now 6 already here tonight. That's 15 goals in 3 games they've scored, or they've conceded, sorry. They're back in action this weekend, of course, again on Sunday, and they play. I'm only going to pronounce that. Apologies, but they're back in their in the Czech league at the weekend when they're at home. They'll be hoping to get back to winning ways, of course, because they're in a title race of their own in domestic competition. They do sit top of their league by a singular point to local rival Slavia Prague by 1 point. They were beaten by Victoria Pilsen, and they were the side that beat them at the weekend. Sparta. Sparta try and play the Olays, and they give it away. Musialowski finds Harvey Elliott, breaks into the box. Elliott! Good save by Vindal again. Elliott denied by the Sparta keeper. Really good from Harvey Elliott, breaking off defenders. Riding challenges, fantastic. The lower centre of gravity that Harvey Elliott occupies, really a beneficial trait to have, and worked it really well into the box, but just couldn't finish it. Unlucky. Although, speaking of finishes, Villa have made it even better. After Ajax losing 2 goals and losing a man, the man who came on for Ollie Watkins, John Duran, has made it 3-0 to Aston Villa. So it is all but over there at Villa Park, where Villa lead by 3-0 against 10-man Ajax, and they should be booking their place in the Europa Conference League quarterfinals. 6 minutes to go at Anfield, and 6 is the magic number for Liverpool tonight. 11 over the 2 legs. That's crazy to say. and that is the most goals scored in a single knockout tie in Europa League history. I'm just going to double check. I'm going to get the full details of that for you. At this moment in time. Apologies about this. So the biggest Europa League knockout win on aggregate was 10-0 when Valencia beat Rapid Vienna 6-0 in the first leg, 4-0 in the second leg in 2015-16. The only team to score 11 was Lyon against AZ Alkmaar when they won 4-1 in the first leg, 7-1 in the second leg. That was 16-17 season. 11-2 the scoreline there was on aggregate. So Liverpool will be up there with those on aggregate scorelines. If they get another, they will be the joint in terms of margin of win over again. But if they get another, they will have the most goals, single goals, in a knockout tie in Europa League history. 12 goals would be that magic number. They need another to get there. They would need 2 more if they were to get the outright overall aggregate record of 11 aggregate difference. A goal difference over a knockout tie. So that is a huge gap, but not insurmountable at this late stage. I mean, many times you're going to ever be 11-2 up on aggregate. Very, very rarely that's going to ever happen again. Tsimikas. Musialowski. Elliott. Bradley. Now to Salah. Harvey Elliott linking up with Szoboszlai. Back to Elliott. Nice play from Liverpool again. Szoboszlai. Right-footed delivery. Looking for Gakpo at the back post. And headed over the bar by Panak to deny Gakpo, who was at the back post. He's desperate for that hat-trick, Cody Gakpo. And each time he's being denied the chance to get it. But he will have a corner to try and get it from, which Kostas Tsimikas will take on the left-hand side for Liverpool. Van Dijk also maybe eyeing up a chance at a goal himself. Tsimikas, left-footed delivery, whipped in. Musialowski was the closest. As Sparta clear their lines, Elliott keeps it alive, heads it back into the danger zone, but Sparta clear it away. And retreating there are Liverpool, but they win it back. Musialowski. Chipped into the box, and no one there to chase it. Chipped, kind of chested back to their keeper from Krejci. Svindal goes long. Bounces all the way back to his opposite number, Queevy and Kelleher in the opposing goal. Still all the same around Europe. Atalanta 2, Sporting 1, Leverkusen 1, Karabag 2. At the moment, Karabag and Atalanta will be going through. Leverkusen will be out as it stands. Sporting will be out as it stands. Brighton 1-0 up on the night, but they need 4 without reply against Roma to have a chance. It's only 1. Looks like they're going out as well. And Liverpool fairly comfortable. Sparta Prague will be going out at the moment. 90 seconds of the 90 minutes to go at Anfield. 6-1 to Liverpool on the night. 11-2 on aggregate. As we come to the final moments, as Sparta try and come forward a bit. Lax on the ball there from Liverpool, and they're caught out at the back as Sparta bring numbers forward. Van Dijk caught between two minds, just where to go. Van Dijk on the cover. Elliott, fantastic to get back to deny them a chance as Gakpo also retreating, can't win the ball back. Another goal at Villa Park. It is game over now. Aston Villa 4, Ajax 0. And English sides at home tonight are loving finding the back of the net. West Ham found 5 earlier this evening. Liverpool have found 6. And Aston Villa have joined them on 4. The 4th goal coming from Moussa Diaby for Aston Villa. Here's Szoboszlai. Lays it off to Salah. Liverpool looking for 7. Mo Salah flicks it on. Back post. Gakpo. But the flag will go up against him. Denied by the flag this time. Cody Gakpo put the ball in the net, but won't count. Salah flicked it on. Gakpo just went too early. Far too early, Gakpo. I think he knew. He didn't even celebrate. I think he knew he was offside there, Cody Gakpo. But he still put the ball in the net. In any case. And we have surpassed the 90. And I will see what will be added on. Just the 1 minute, I'm hearing. It is just 1 minute of additional time, and I can't blame the referees for not wanting, or the referee or the officials for not wanting to add any more on. I think we've had quite a lot of football played tonight. Lovely football, and no question as where the result is going. It's been not questioned since probably half time in the first leg, when Liverpool went 3-0 up. Sparta had lots of chances in that first leg, couldn't find them. End up losing by 5-1. Liverpool come to Anfield 4 up within 14 minutes. Sparta recovered, they got a goal back, but Liverpool in the second half unleashed 2 more goals on them and could have had more. Might still have one last chance to find another and give Cody Gakpo his hat-trick maybe. They're breaking forward. Szoboszlai's trying his best. Here comes Gakpo. Gakpo! Big save. Salah on the rebound. Blocked. And his chance was there, Gakpo, but he couldn't find a good save from the keeper. And that is the full-time whistle. An incredible tie in the Europa League. Liverpool 11 goals over the 2 legs. 6 tonight. 5 in the first leg. Sparta got one of their own in each game. But Liverpool, comfortable as you like. Wonderful from Liverpool, who want this trophy. Still a bit to go, but they're into the quarter-finals of the Europa League. 4 more games to go between them. 4 more wins at the very least to go. And maybe they could be heading to Dublin for the Europa League final on May the 22nd. Still a bit to go. But Liverpool cruise their way into the quarter-finals. On the night, Liverpool win by 6-1. 11-2 on aggregate. Wonderful. And that is where we finish this game tonight. So that is done and dusted. So we have another one of our quarter-finalists confirmed. And we still have those other 3 games ongoing. We're going to stay with you right to the final whistle and all of those, because at the moment we're getting definitive winners. Doesn't seem like extra time and penalties is on the cards for any of these Europa League ties, but still very close. Sporting or Leverkusen score in their games, they could force it to penalties or the extra time at the very least. We will keep you very well up to date on both of those before we leave you tonight, because it's crucial to confirm all 8 quarter-finalists tonight. So, they've just surpassed the 90 minutes in Atalanta. 4 added minutes in that one. They've played just the one of those. 6 added minutes in Leverkusen, where Leverkusen still trail by 2-1. 91 minutes gone in that one. So 5 minutes to go. And Brighton 1, Roma 0. It's unlikely to say that Roma won't be going through, because they've still a bit of time to go in that one, but Roma still have a 3-goal lead on aggregate, so still time for that one. And Aston Villa 4 up against Ajax is pretty comfortable as well in the Europa Conference League. But what a night tonight for Liverpool. Absolutely electric. They were wonderful, and Klopp giving the fist bumps in pure joy, because Liverpool were on fire tonight, and they've been incredible over the 2 legs, deservedly through to the quarterfinals. And whoever they come up against, they will have their work cut out, because Liverpool are charging towards this final. A bit to go yet, a while to go yet, but they will be in the quarterfinals. They will be into the last 8, and they will feel that whoever they might come up against, they should be able to dispatch over 2 legs. They've completely and utterly dispatched Sparta Prague over 2 legs. 5 goals in the first leg, 6 in the second leg. Wonderful from Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool tonight. We have a goal, I believe. I'm not certain. We will keep an eye on it, because there might be a goal in Leverkusen. I don't know what has happened, but what I do know is it's flashed up on my screen that we might have a goal. And I want to get the live feed of that one, because we need to get confirmation. We do have a goal in Leverkusen, and this could be huge. Leverkusen again have come from 2 down on the night to level it at 2-2 in the game. It's 4-4 on aggregate, 2-2 on the night, which means extra time will be needed as it stands to find a winner. So Leverkusen 2, Karabag 2, 4-4 on aggregate, which means extra time and penalties could be needed for a winner to be decided from those 2. What a credit to Karabag. Incredible from them to hold Leverkusen, who are the second favourites to win this competition behind Liverpool, and are holding them at the Bayer Arena. Incredible job. But it looks like Leverkusen have rescued themselves again. We will get confirmation if they have levelled it, and they want to go for the winner now, Leverkusen. They do have time, remember. There is still time in that one. They had 6 added minutes. They've played 4 of those, but because they've scored in added time, there might be a bit extra to go on. So there could still be time for a winner. At the moment, as it stands, Atalanta are going through. They're leading Sporting by 2-1, 3-2 on aggregate. So Atalanta are winning and are going through. Brighton winning on the night, but they are 4-1 down on aggregate, so that should be curtains for Brighton in their first ever European campaign. They've been excellent this season. Wonderful displays they've shown us against huge European sides, and this one their biggest against Roma, who've won this competition with Jose Mourinho, and tonight looking to go to the quarterfinals. Roma only a 1-goal deficit. Full-time whistle in Atalanta tonight. Atalanta have turned around a 1-goal deficit on the night. They were 1-0 down at one point. Pedro Gonçalves has given Sporting the lead, but 2 second-half goals from Adamola Lookman and Gianluca Scamacca have given Atalanta the win, and they are through to the quarterfinals. So that is a final score. 2-1 to Atalanta, 3-2 on aggregate. They are through. At the moment, last minute in Germany, between Bayer Leverkusen and FK Karabag, last minute of the 6 added on, 2-2, 4-4 on aggregate. It looks to be going to extra time in that one, because we are coming to the very last few seconds, and Karabag have a goal kick, so it doesn't look like they're going to get one more chance, or maybe they will, who knows. But one thing to say, Leverkusen have had 32 shots on the night. They have tried at their very hardest, and at the moment they did their very hardest, and at the moment clawed their way back from 2 down, Leverkusen, to level it at 2-2. At the moment, final score from Villa Park as well. Villa through to the quarterfinals of the Europa Conference League after they dispatched Ajax by 4-0. 0-0 coming into tonight's game. And after being beaten by 4-0 at the weekend here at Villa Park, Villa have turned it all around and beaten the opposition, Ajax. Ajax, of all teams, a European giant, but not this season. And Ajax are out at the hands of Aston Villa. 4-0 winners at home tonight. Right. They have 5 added minutes to play at the Amex. They've played 2 of those, and they're still playing in Leverkusen 7 into the 8th minute of added time. They had only 6, and there's a goal! I do not believe it. I genuinely do not believe this. Leverkusen going into added time were 2-1 down on the night. They have completed the comeback in added time to deny Karabakh a chance at extra time or penalties. And it looks like with the last gasp winner, it seems, to carry Leverkusen, apologies, to the quarterfinals. Patrick Schick with the equaliser. Leverkusen have the winner, and it is Patrick Schick again. 2 goals in added time for Schick, and he has seemingly won the tie for Leverkusen. Wow. With 22 minutes to go, Leverkusen had a 2-goal deficit to overturn. And again, how many times we would question them? Is this their time for their unbeaten run to come to an end? And every time they prove us wrong. Bayer Leverkusen have won it seems, in added time. My goodness me. 3-2 in Germany. Unbelievable. Wow. Just awaiting the final whistle in that one, and the last minute in the Amex Stadium between Brighton and Roma. And then I will confirm the quarterfinalists, and then we will leave you tonight in just a moment or two. But do stay with us, because we're going to confirm our 8 quarterfinalists for you ahead of tomorrow's draw, which, by the way, you'll get full details of. Just to confirm, you'll get full details of the quarterfinals, the quarterfinals from the 11th of April. The quarterfinal draw tomorrow, 12 noon UK time. We will give you the full details of the draw. The 8 teams, the 4 different ties, who will play who, we will find out midday tomorrow UK time. And do stay tuned on LFS, our community page, and our social media pages for those details. Still going in Germany into the 100th minute of the game. And it looks like it should be done and dusted in a second. Any moment now, this game should be wrapped up. But still going. And I just want to wait for full confirmation, because you never know what can happen, as we've just seen in added time. Never know what can happen in added time. For these European games, I said it's never over till it's over. Wowee. Bayer Leverkusen, what a job Xabi Alonso's doing. Incredible job. And this will be now 37 games in all competitions in a row unbeaten this season. They remain unbeaten this season, and it is over in Leverkusen. Final whistle goes. Bayer Leverkusen have turned round a 2-0 deficit on the night to lead by 3-2 and to complete the comeback in the tie. Incredible. From 2-0 down in the first leg, back to 2-2 to carry it level for the second leg. From 2-0 down tonight to win by 3-2 to confirm victory. And final score in Brighton as well. 1-0 to Brighton on the night, 4-1 to Roma. So, before we leave you, these are our 8 quarter-finalists for the Europa League. Benfica, AC Milan, Marseille, West Ham United, Atalanta, Roma, Bayer Leverkusen and Liverpool. Those are our 8 quarter-finalists. We will find out tomorrow who will play who. Of course, no country protection anymore, so anyone can play anyone. So we could find, you could get, for example, 2 Italian teams coming up against each other, 2 English teams coming up against each other. Whatever happens, we will find out tomorrow, 12 midday. Join us then for that. But thank you very much indeed for watching. A great night for Liverpool on the night. 6-1, 11-2 on aggregate. Wonderful for Liverpool. But Leverkusen have come back. They're also through. The quarter-finalists are decided. We'll find out who plays who tomorrow. But for now, good night. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Catch me if I fall.